I was on the subway platform one time, standing on the platform, waiting for my train, and I look over, and there's two rats, and they're on the platform. Never saw that before. Two rats, and I watched them. Because you can watch rats fuck, it's not a big deal. You don't have to go like... You can just totally watch them like this. Anyway, I watched the rat because I was curious how they do it. There's nothing surprising about how they do it, by the way. It's not like she's on top going... It's a pretty standard rat. He's on top, smushing her into the pavement, and she's like... So I'm watching him. I mean, I didn't miss my train, just like while I was there. Because I was curious. I wanted to see what it's like when he comes. That's what I wanted to see. I realized he's gonna come at some point. I want to see what it's like when a boy rat comes. Like, is it just a biological thing? Just like, meh, and then he leaves? Or is it like a... Oh, shit! Is it like an orgasm? Ah! I told that story to a friend of mine, and she said, well, what about the girl rat? Why don't you wonder how she comes? Why don't you empower her and ask yourself about her orgasm? What are you, crazy? Girl rats don't come. There's no way that when rats fuck, the girl gets to come. Because he's not holding out for her. He's not that kind of dude, you can tell. He doesn't give a shit. He's gonna come and leave. He doesn't even know her fucking name. He's not sitting there like trying to wait for her and trying to think of things to keep from coming, like giant garbage bags with no food in them or whatever. And even if he did, she's on a subway platform in front of people. She's not going to be able to get to that special place inside, that quiet place within herself that girl rats need to find so they can have their orgasm. Because I know what girl rats need. I know how to make a girl rat come. I do. You just pick them up and you hold them upside down and you just...
Tell you, the best movie I've seen recently was a French movie called The Pianist, or The Piano Teacher.
Piano
Teacher. I'm going to ruin it for you so that it's worth talking about. Yeah, it's a French movie.
Read?
Yes, The Pianist.
Oh, fuck that reading shit.
French woman, and she's a piano teacher at like a high-end academy in Paris. And you think you're just watching a movie about a woman who's a really tough teacher, and she's very cruel to students that aren't good enough, that kind of thing. And she's very weirdly mannered, and she has her tea, one of these just like really strict, unsmiling French woman. And then you're watching this movie, it's like 20 minutes, you're like, well, this is an interesting world I'm getting to learn about. I don't know, it's fine. And then she goes into the mall, and she walks around, you're just watching her walk around the mall, and then she goes into this video store, and you realize it's an adult video store.
Oh.
And you're like, what's she doing in here?
It's proper, why?
She goes into a booth, like a private booth, puts coins in, and starts watching like a ass. And you come around behind her and you see this in the movie. You see the full-on sex, and then there's a little bin, tissue bin she reaches in and gets a tissue and smells it while she watches the porn. And you're like, what kind of a movie is this? What kind of a movie is this? The thing is that it's so beautifully shot. You're like, this is just a
nice artsy
This
film.
is an artsy movie about artists. Yeah, with a lot of piano, you know. And then all of a sudden she's smelling a tissue while she's watching a guy fuck a girl in the ass. And she's got the same look on her face as when she's like with the metronome.
That is amazing.
And then she, some young pianist guy who she hates because she thinks he's a hack, like he plays very flowery and everybody thinks he's great. Yeah. But she's hot for him. And so she sees him being nice to a young girl pianist. So then you just see that. You see her observing him being nice to this young girl pianist who's about to do a recital, a student of hers. And then you see her in the cloakroom. You don't know why you're watching this. The whole movie's like this. Like, why am I watching her walk around a cloakroom? She finds a coat that she was looking for, and then she gets a glass out of the bar and she crushes it, like, you know, like at a wedding, a Jewish wedding. Puts it in a napkin and crushes it, and puts crushed glass in the girl's coat pockets. Then the girl puts her hand, and just her fingers are destroyed, and she can't do the piano recital. What? This woman is this psychotic, horny, crazy. Yeah, if you're a f***ing American retard that watches Mel Gibson movies, it's slow. If you can take a breath, stop watching Hulk Hogan's show, you might enjoy life. It's sick. It's a sick twist. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen, honestly.
Wow.
And I see a lot of movies. Yeah.
I'm
good.
see that.
I encountered some really interesting racism because it was from very liberal people. I was in L.A. There's this place called Amoeba Records, and it's like the cool, funky...
Amoeba Records is very cool.
Yeah, they're like really,
cool.
really, you know, grunge, and they're cool.
A lot of LP.
Yeah,
you know,
so...
That's still cool.
I go in there, and I'm in the video section, and, you know, like, just like I'll Google myself every time I touch a computer, I go look for my stuff. And I made Pootie Tang, so I go look for it, and it's in the black film section. And I'm looking through the black film section, and it's every movie with a black person in it. It's not like movies about Afrocentric subjects. It's just anyone who's black is in that section, and they're not in the other sections. So it's like this ghetto of black movie. Just anybody who's black has to be in that section. And so I went up and asked the girl who works there, who does the curating, and she's this chick with nose rings and punky hair. And I go, you know, that's really kind of racist. You have like a ghetto. You have like a black section in your video. And she's like, and she turned red because the idea that she could be
racist. Oh, that
she's like, oh no, look at me.
Look at me, stop.
Look, I'm in LA.
I'm a liberal chick here.
And I'm like, you know, if you're a black filmmaker and you make a drama, you hope people will look through the dramas and just pick, you know, have the opportunity to pick you out of any drama. Why do you have to be in the, it's, you know.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'm gay. And we have a gay section. And I'm glad.
You pulled that out. It's like, what does that have to do with anything?
And like, black people have to be like gay people. Yeah. That they need gay cinema and black cinema.
Wow. That is real typical
liberals
liberal
can
thinking,
be totally racist.
Spanking of the kids. Where you stand? We all got spanked growing up, right? We all got hit.
I got spanked.
I think growing up, if you're at a certain age, you got spanked. That's, you know, it's just the way
When did that
work.
end? When did the timeout start? Louis, you have the kids.
I got kids, and we don't spank them. I don't.
So you're like the barrier. You're the generation that got spanked.
I know what it did to me. I ain't gonna do it to another kid.
It horrified me as a kid.
Did not help me at all. I don't speak to my father.
No, it's one of those things that, like...
They were bad spankies then.
Yeah,
you know there's a difference.
I don't either.
Well, it's like, I remember my dad, he would lecture me first and tell me why he's going to, which is like torture.
That
man. Going, here's why you're getting spanked, and I remember standing there thinking, the instant I'm old enough, I'm getting the away from this man and never seeing him again. My mother used to hit me, but with her it was different because she was overworked. She was a single, my parents got divorced, so single mom, tired.
Yep.
Shut up, bang. I totally relate to that. If you're a parent and you're overwrought and you just, out of frustration, need to hit your kid just to just to center yourself, I totally understand.
Center yourself.
I understand. I sympathize with it.
Yeah.
But the idea of hitting kids methodically as a way to discipline them, I think it's wrong. I don't think it's like morally wrong. I just don't think it works.
It doesn't work. I would get the strap.
belt would
see,
come
that's-
off.
My dad had the belt. It's pain before you can take that kind of pain.
What kind
No,
of
and
kid is
people are
supposed to take that kind of pain?
The ignorant that I hate hearing is when people are like, well, my child mouthed off to me, and I slapped him in the mouth, and he never did it again.
Yeah.
Is that all that happened? That he never did it again? He never did it again, and he's scarred. It's like, it's not a kid isn't a product. Like, hey, it worked. That's all I care about. Is the result was the kid wasn't nasty again.
Yeah.
Well, you could have gotten that respect by the kid liking you as a person, or just giving them some positive. I mean, there's a million ways. When you yell at your kid, it destroys them. I mean, you don't need to hit them. You know.
Yeah.
I just don't think it works.
The hitting thing was really weird.
I thought you'd be a hitter.
No, never.
I thought you'd be a spanker.
And also, to me, it's like perverted. The kid's like,
it is like an
tiny
S&M
kid.
thing.
You're gonna spank your kid's bare bottom while
It's
they're
ridiculous.
screaming.
Pull your pants down.
If you're doing that and you don't have a boner, then I don't even understand what's going on.
Hey, Glenn from Connecticut. Opie said there were bad spankings. Does that imply that there are good spankings from your father?
I think
you could go too far, is what I'm saying.
I think there's the whack on the ass with the open hand, and not a and send him flying across the room thing, but just an attention getter, like a hey, no.
Yeah.
No, and again, I understand if you're bringing your kid up in a tough situation, and if a kid goes out and almost dies, you just want to get it in their head.
A quick message.
I understand. So I don't look down on parents that do it. I understand it, but people that are arrogant about it, I'm like, it works.
Yeah.
It worked on me. I'm fine. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're an idiot like the rest of us.
Your eyes don't even focus.
No, and it's not working. The world is a mess.
It's things up. It's like if your refrigerator's making noise. I unplugged it. The noise stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but now it don't work. Your food's rotten.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't make that noise.
I didn't hear a peep out of it all night.
Yeah.
Something stinks.
I got to jump in. Tom in Tennessee.
What's going on, boys? Yeah, I can't even spank my daughter. She's 4 years old. I can't even spank her anymore because she would start to do just for me to spank her, and she likes to get spanked.
Holy fuck!
Of course.
What a whore!
She wouldn't cry. Yeah, she wouldn't cry. She would just look back at me and just give me.
She gives you the fucking eye.
See, that's the territory you're getting into.
Holy shit!
It's fucked up.
Fucked up, yeah.
It is.
Wow, I've never heard of that. That is not right.
There's a guy in her future that's going to be real happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look, my daughter likes getting timeouts. She has to sit in the corner with facing the wall.
Yeah.
And she'll do something and then go, do I need a timeout? Do I get a timeout? She gets off on it. She likes it.
Wow, that's like some kind of discipline thing.
Sure.
Maybe some time alone. Do you watch any of those nanny shows?
No.
Nanny 911 or
I
something?
got enough time.
Yeah, I realize.
The idea of watching somebody else having a problem with it. And I'd rather
let me give you a little insight. Kick myself in the balls.
What you find out is that the parents aren't doing anything. Most parents don't do
That's
any.
usually what it
they
is.
don't put any thought. They just live with these kids like they're roommates.
Yep.
They let them watch television, which just makes your kid into a idiot, and puts the TV is a level of stimulus that nothing can compete with.
Look, it's all I did.
I know,
as a
me too,
child
me too.
Was sit in front of the TV.
Pump them full of MSG and sugar, which all food is.
Same thing.
And give them television to watch, which sends them into this up state in their minds. And then the kids don't have a regulatory system. They get agitated. They don't know how to stop themselves from doing something. So these parents let the TV raise them, give them bad food without even thinking about it. Don't give them any fruit or actually any nutrition. Yeah. Then the kid goes, and then they hit them. I mean, it's why the whole, and people are like, well, it works. No, it doesn't. The country's going to crime and drug. That's where drug addiction comes from.
Interracial relationships.
What's that?
Interracial relationships.
Relationships, which is a huge problem.
Girl gets hit enough times and doesn't want her. She's bringing one of them home.
That's right. Dark,
Hey,
dark
Dad.
with a pink hat.
Oh, I'll show you in the end.
Beating the father ever gave. Hey, Pops, want to introduce you to Tyrone.
Hit me now.
Holy fuck.
Hit me now.
That was another thing. Yeah, wait till your father gets home. And then now you got to sit like in the Green Mile.
Yeah.
You're just waiting to get
That's
bludgeoned.
the worst part.
Yeah.
No, I remember when I was a kid once.
Psychological damage.
My mother gave me $5 to go to the market to buy some stuff for the family, and I was walking around with my friends just playing and not going to the store. And then I'm walking down
Little Louis.
Yeah,
here it
fucked
comes.
up. And I walking through this little alley behind the stores that we used to walk around in, and I found $5. And in my insides, I knew it was my $5 that I had dropped and then found. But I didn't go in that pocket because I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe that I found $5. And I bought ice cream, and I bought the Guinness Book of World Records. I remember it was a big deal to me that I bought that.
What a nerd.
Yeah.
It was a big book when we were kids.
17.
I was 23. And I went home and I told my mother, look at this stuff I got. And she said, where's the food that you're supposed to buy? Oh my God, I lost the $5. And
how did you even think that would pan out for you?
So she sent me to my room, and then when my father came home, she told him the story. I could hear them talking, and they're laughing about the story.
Of course.
They just think it's hilarious. So I'm like, I have to be off the hook. But they laughed at my story, and then he beat the shit out of me. Which is the worst. It's seared in my memory. I remember every moment of it.
It's right there now.
Yeah.
You know what else is really bad when you're a kid? I used to get hit with different objects if something wasn't readily available.
Yeah.
And one thing was when they hit you with your toys, that you're like, then that toy all of a sudden is not fun for you anymore.
No, kids also, you're teaching them to use it against each other. Like if you have siblings, the parent who hits becomes like this justice system,
right?
That you learn how to subvert and use against you.
Now I will use this.
Yeah, like there was a little kid across the street from me when I was growing up named Benji, and I didn't really like him, but I got threw in with him because we're the same age. So our parents, go play with Benji.
Yeah.
So I was over there, and he was just I started poking him with a stick, just being an asshole to him. And he was going, stop it! And I just kept poking him, and then he hit me. And his father saw it throughout the window, and his father came running out and beat the shit, just spanked the living shit out of him.
Wow.
And I was thrilled at that cause and effect.
Just watching that, yeah.
The next day I went over and I started poking him, and he's trying to resist because he doesn't want to get hit, and I just kept bothering him.
Was that
and then he hit me, and the father came out and beat him up again, and I was like, this is awesome. This is so good. And that's what I was taught by spanking.
Yeah, see?
And he was taught, and it was unfair to him. And
now Benji's in a bathhouse right now, probably voluntarily being tied up and in the mouth. Thanks to you and your stick.
No, but that's the thing. That's what beating your kids, because a kid can't face a beating.
Right.
It's too awful for a kid.
That's what I was doing. I couldn't take the beating.
So that's what you turn kids into liars. And I am a liar my whole life. I'm a dishonest person because I couldn't face negativity.
Wow,
I couldn't face making a mistake.
This is like therapy.
Yeah.
I'm getting a therapy session.
True. But that's what, if you hit your kid, people are, he never did that again. Yeah, he did. He just got good at hiding it. You faggot.
Wow. I've always kind of been an advocate, too, of the spanking. But now that I look back, it might not have worked. Because Louis brought up a great point where it's like, hey, it worked. Yeah. But you just don't know what else it's doing.
That's a huge problem.
It's so.
You're also teaching your kid that hitting is how you get stuff. I mean, that's how, that you listen to people who hit you. What kind of life lesson is that? But I don't think it's as simple as that. The thing is that Ellen is not a popular person. She's kind of a rotten, smelly, awful, stinky.
She's not a nice lady.
Idiot. She's. I wish we were on XM so I could describe her completely.
Of course,
but I can't.
Wait, what have you heard?
The FCC would not let her be accurately described.
This is interesting.
It would be like if a cop said who shot you, and it was hard to be like, you got to take me off the air because I can't tell you.
Jimmy met her in Vegas, so this is really interesting because he got the big blow off.
She was doing something for XM, and we were out there for XM. So I was like, I'll walk up, and she was being filmed. I'm like, hey, I get my pictures with everybody. It's just what I do.
You didn't get a picture with me. I've met you twice now.
Yeah, but I'm too nervous to ask.
Okay.
So I walked up to Ellen, and I'm like, hey, I'm a comic. I'm also doing something with XM. I just wanted to get a quick picture. She's like, oh no, I can't. I'm in the middle of shooting, but she wasn't, and I wanted to spit in her face.
Yeah, she's really.
I gave her a good trashing, if that's any consolation.
Good for you.
I know people that work for her as writers, and she's dope and mean to people.
Oh, easy, Lou, on the language.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's a spoil sport.
She's a real ninny.
She's a right rotter, isn't she?
Yeah. Yes, she's a right rotter.
She's
most definitely.
They went to commercial, I was reading recently, and she yelled at her writers, why did you write that for me?
Yeah, she's really got gallons of.
Yeah, that had made the press last week, I believe.
Was she a good stand-up in a day?
Yes, I think she was.
Okay to say?
She was a good stand-up. Okay.
She was fine. She was all right. I know she never made me laugh really, but because she's got that way about her,
Being a leather.
Well, no, not that one. Yeah, I don't. Who cares about that? But the fact that she has this sort of MO means that people pile it on.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, look at her working. She shouldn't be working. And whatever, that story. You know what? I've had a show where I had writers, and often I'd look at them and say, you guys stink, and I hate you. So the stories about how tough she is on the writers, that I take with a grain of salt because
I guess this was...
there's a natural, you got to crack the whip, and also there's a natural thing where the person who's on camera is taking the hits for bad jokes.
But would you do it in front of a live audience?
What's that?
Would you do it in front of a live audience?
Oh, no, never.
I think that's what the story was
really?
about. Yeah, she did a joke and it sucked, and she goes, why would you write that for me? And she was dead serious.
Wow, I don't know.
While they were in break.
Yeah, no, she...
You had good writers on Lucky Louie, man.
Every one of them.
They were funny, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you call lesbians in Australia?
Stiff tongues.
Do you
Stiff
really?
tongues.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same thing. No, Louis got a great attitude to money. He, I think he says it in Talking Fat. I don't know if we left it in, but we're talking about when Chris is saying you're the blackest white guy
That's
ever.
right. Yes.
The countdown to poverty. Right. And,
yeah, how black people, when they get Chris's old bit about how when white people are rich, they're rich, and their kids are rich, and their grandkids. But when a black guy gets rich, it's countdown to when he's poor again.
and
but that's what it's like for me, yeah.
But you said
it's melting.
You said you don't see it as your money, you see it as the money.
Yeah, it's the money. It's an element. It's like oxygen.
That's great.
It's not right to hoard it
that.
around you. You got to keep circulating it back out into the system.
So you earn money
That's how the
and you
economy
spend
works.
it.
I spend it right out my asshole. I just buy.
What'd you buy today?
Nothing. It's early. It's only 10:30 in the morning.
You buy gold though. That's smart.
What? Yeah, I bought some gold
thing's
coins.
smart.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could pay Louis in 3 magic beans, and he'd be happy.
I bought a bunch of gold coins. They were about $900 when I bought them. They're an ounce each, and they're now worth $1,500.
So this is true. You really did buy some gold coins.
I've been to the gold store with her.
Gold bullion coins.
What are you thinking?
I had cash. I got paid in cash for a
So
gig.
you went out and bought some gold
Got
coins?
some gold coins.
You did? Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. And they're went from $900 to $1,500 each. That's a pretty good
Just a
profit.
weird purchase, though. What else did you get? A horse and a slave?
It's strange.
That's right.
That is weird. Did you do it as an investment, or did you think, I wonder if this will work?
What do you mean if it'll work?
Did you do it as an investment, thinking, I wonder if I can make money of this, or was it a little whim, or?
I just wanted some gold coins.
It was shiny.
And I also knew that gold keeps going up. It always goes up.
How do you know they're real, though? Like, how do you know that's honestly 100% legit?
They're American mint. They're U.S. Eagles or Canadian.
What do you think of this as an idea that I want to do Idiot Abroad 3?
You bite it. You bite the coin.
I want Carl to do this, but Carl's going to do it, we think, right? We're not sure yet. But it's called Fool's Gold. I give him £1 million, and he's got to spend every pound once, and he's got to make another million. And he thinks it's easy.
He thinks
he's got a year. I'll give him £1 million, and he's got to spend it all, and make 2 million. So make £1 million.
Once we invest it, he has to buy things that would. He's got to figure some shit out.
I said, what would you do? He said, first thing, buy some scratch cards. How many? He said 5,000. That was his first. That was his first thing.
5,000 scratch cards.
Yeah.
So $5,000 goes to scratch cards.
Yeah, and then he's just scratching a hat. That's
not terrible.
It's
not terrible odds. If he gets a few 20s in there, a few 40, scratch cards.
You can make some
few $100 once in a while. Yeah.
But here's the thing: if you win, say $50, they'll say, "Do you want $50, or do you want me to give you 50 more scratch cards?" And that's the mistake everyone makes. That's how they get you. Yep.
I did that once when I was going. I forgot to buy my family presents, and I went down and I got them all like 10 scratch cards each. Right?
You forgot to buy your family presents?
Yeah, but I was late. I forgot. Yeah, and the kids, there was like nieces and nephews, like 10-year-olds, winning a fiver and then going down the shop and getting
from like the smoked cigarette shop.
Exactly. They're addicted now.
The smoked cigarette shop.
Yeah, the smoked cigarette shop. Whatever the English retards call it. Whatever the worthless people call their version of it.
How many people did he offend in that English retards?
Just two exactly. Really one. They're all over there.
Oh,
every retarded person is in England. It's true.
Oh God.
A friend of mine sent me a porn the other day. Folks can just send you pornography now. It was a porn. It was 2 old men, like really old guys, really old. and they were sucking each other's cocks. Like, really sucking each other's cocks. They were so old. I was surprised they were doing anything. But there they were. One of them's like sitting on the edge of a bed, and his socks have fallen, you know. And the other guy's on his knees on a pillow, and he's just fucking blowing the guy. Then they switched places. I watched long enough to see them switch places. And when the second guy was done, I called my friend and said, "Why'd you send me this?" He said, "Because it's amazing." And it really was, you know? It really was. I've watched it a few times. Because it doesn't turn me on, it's inspiring. Because you're like, go, fellas. Because you worry about old guys. You know, you see an old man walking by himself with just a grapefruit in a plastic bag, you know? And you're like, oh, shit, that's horrible. Maybe he's going to suck another guy's cock. Life might be better than you think. It's interesting because porn used to be like you go find your thing, you know? But now you go to a porn site, it's everybody's stuff. You can put in a search word to narrow it down, or you can look around. Find new things. I saw a fart porn one time. So fart porn. I never thought I'd be turned on by farts. I'm not interested in farts. Farts are okay. I'm farting right now. I've been farting this whole time. And I didn't want to watch it because it was a fart porn. It was because of the title. The title is what got me. The title was, "Nice Girl Farts in Your Face." Who's not going to watch that? Nice girl farts in your face. So I click on it. And there's this girl standing there. I'm like, she is nice. She's totally nice. Just a nice girl standing there. Pink sweater with little blue buttons on it. And she's looking in the camera and she says, "Hi, I'm so glad to see you." I was like, wow, she made me feel good, you know? And then she turns around like she's reached, she goes, "I gotta show you something I bought." And she's reaching up and all of a sudden, and I was like, oh my God. I mean, it was in the title, I knew it was gonna happen, but I was like, oh my God. She just farted right in my face. She seemed so nice. But the best part is when her reaction, because I thought she would be like, "That's right, I farted in your face." But she wasn't. She was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't believe that happened." I've never been that hard in my entire life. I was so excited. Because I realized it's not really about the fart. It's about the shame. It's about the sexy shame of a truly nice girl who just thunder farted right in your face, and she regrets it. Here's the worst part. I can't find one that good again. I can't. They're never that good. I've been chasing the dragon on this fart porn for months. It's just always some bored chick. Hello. Like, come on. Tighten it up, would you? A little bit?
You know, I drove with a suspended license, so I got arrested. And the judge was like, "You know, your record is reprehensible. You show no remorse. You do nothing but repeat your offenses, and I'm going to go the limit with this." Then the next guy's like, this guy threw a rock through a window, literally, and set a fire, and then passed out in the street. And he goes, "Are you in a program, young man?" He goes, "Yes, sir, I am." I'm like, "Okay, good for you. Good luck. I wish you all the luck in the world." All the world. All of the luck in the world.
In the world.
I want everyone else to have bad luck so that you can have good luck, you stupid drunk from Mansfield, Massachusetts.
Joe had a little run-in years ago. Years ago, Joe wasn't able to get a license, registration, insurance, anything. He was like in that realm of your life when you go through that.
That's me right now.
So at the time, especially, the Reggies were a lot different on the windshield. It was just the sticker. So he drew one. He
looked at one, got some colored construction paper, and drew the lines with a ruler. It used to just be like a grid with some holes that they punched in it on the date, almost like your inspection sticker still looks here in New York. And he drew it up, taped it to the windshield, and unless you were right on top of it, it looked perfect.
Wow.
Couldn't even tell. So his car breaks down on the parkway, and he's underneath the car, and a cop comes up and starts talking. So Joe's like, let me get my stuff out of the car. So he goes to go into the car, and the cop's kind of still looking at his tire, I think, had bent or something like that. So Joe just scrapes the crap right off the windshield. So the cop couldn't see it. And he goes, where's your registration and everything? He goes, oh, no, I don't have one. And he wrote him up for everything. Joe goes to court and just says, I wasn't driving. Because my car was broken down on the side of the parkway.
Right.
And it didn't matter how it got there or anything, because you could say I was trailering it, I was towing it.
Yep.
It was anything. So he got away without anything.
That's amazing.
And there he was driving with this forged government document. And
I got arrested once at the Holland Tunnel because this is how bad I was. My license was revoked. Not suspended, but revoked.
That's bad.
And I had, crazy amounts of warrants, open warrants. And the car I was driving had the plates from a different car.
Oh, that's never good. The cops don't like that.
No, and the plates were bad anyway. So, in other words, the car that they came from had expired. The plates were expired and from another car.
For anyone that doubted Louis was Mexican.
And I was coming through the Holland Tunnel, and I had no money. That's where it all started. That I pulled up, I was one of those things where I pulled up to the toll booth and said, hi, I have no money. What do we do? How do we do this? And the guy said, just give me your license and I'll fill out a thing. And I go, it's not on me. And he goes, give me your registration. I go, I don't have that either. He says, give me your name and your social security number.
You just said how smart this guy is, Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't a smart thing.
No.
You're right.
And then he made me pull over, and I went to jail. First, he put me in a jail cell that's under the Holland Tunnel toll booths. There's a jail cell.
There is?
Yeah, he took me down some stairs.
Hey, you got to see something most people don't get to
That's
see.
right. Yeah.
Unless you're a scofflaw, not criminal.
Exactly. And I slept the night. I actually spent the night. I just slept in a little jail cell down there. And then they transferred me to Weehawken County Jail, and that was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life.
Was that one under a photo mat? Where's that
Weehawken is a really bad jail.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why? I would not have thought that at all.
It's terrible. People are throwing food out the windows all the time because of the food. I almost puked just taking a bite out of a sandwich there.
Was it violent there, frightening?
Yeah, it was really scary. It was really bad.
Weehawken, who would have guessed?
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's not.
It's mostly New York drug addicts that get taken, because the New York jails overflow, and they start letting the Port Authority arrest people so that they can take them to New Jersey, because Port Authority is New York, New Jersey. So,
how long were you in for?
Like a day and a half. I was in, for a morning, afternoon, night, and the whole next day. It was horrible.
That's a long time.
Well, and when I got there, I was in a holding cell, and one of the guys in the holding cell said to me, "Don't let them take you out of this cell, because you'll never be heard from again. If you get moved to a permanent cell, they'll never find you. They lose people because it's a bad bureaucracy." And everybody in the cell agreed, don't leave this cell. And a cop would come once in a while and say, "We got to move you," and I'd go, "No." He said, "Just say no." I'm like, "How do you just say no to?" And I go, "No, I'm not moving." And he goes, "Come on, we're moving you to permanent cell." And I go, "I'm not leaving here." And he goes, all right. That kept happening. I just kept refusing to leave.
How do you refuse?
Just say no.
Wow, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah.
No, let me out.
It's really
I don't belong here.
No, and the worst part was that there was a toilet just in the middle of the floor of the whole place, like in the middle of the room.
Yeah, you would just have to sit there.
Have to sit there and
There's no privacy.
I bet I got dumped even though I didn't.
No, it didn't.
I think you stopped it.
So wait, did you get moved to a permanent cell? You'd be there for a week, maybe.
Basically, and I was because I made bail before I even arrived, because I called. I used the phone in the Holland Tunnel cell, and I made bail right away, but it took 2 days for the bail to find me.
Oh,
it's amazing,
man.
Yeah, it's bad.
How much was bail?
The system is bad. Oh, I had to pay. Yeah, it was like
nothing.
No, it was a lot. It was like $600 or something. For me, that was a lot then. Now I would. You're like, I'll pay $6 million to get out of here. I don't have that kind of money.
Figure we could take care of it right here in Brainerd. Give him that one.
Exactly. Right here in Brainerd.
I just want to be in full compliance.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Iraq. Yes.
Yes, because that helps the
Fargo
bit.
song.
They want more stuff.
Anyway, I got 2, and the 7-year-old, she's no trouble now. That kid's amazing. She's better than me. She's smarter than me. She's more decent. She's cleaner. Like, she comes out of her room all dressed with a little bow. She's like, "Hi, good morning, Daddy." And I'm in my underwear like, "Oh, hi." My daughter is really something else, man. She runs the house. She runs the whole house. She decides everything. Like, we were playing hide and seek the other day. We play hide and seek, and we play by her rules that she invented. And do you know why? Because she at hide and seek. And so she covers it with this ruse to level the playing field. And I gotta pretend it's all that she's great. No, it's it. Like, we're playing... Oh, I know she's a kid, but listen. When it's my turn to hide, she tells me where to hide. She tells me where. She goes, "Hide in the closet, Papa, but you're going to know where I... Hide in the closet! All right, I'll hide in the closet. Good, fine." Now I'm standing in the closet like an asshole. She comes in, "I found you." She's like about it, like, "I found you." And I'm like, "Wow. How did you figure out where you told me to hide?" And then when she hides, this is her hiding. She goes over to a wall and does this. She goes, "That's it. There's nothing here. What the is this? Like, this is some ninja invisibility crouch." And I gotta act like an idiot. I can't just walk in and go, "Yeah, you're there." Because she'll cry and her pants, right? So I gotta walk around like an asshole. "Where is she? I have no idea. Where could she be?" I'm making eye contact. I don't see her. It's amazing to me. The other day we're playing, this is how things have gotten in my house, okay? Here's a very good example of where it's gone. We're playing a version of hide and seek where my wife and I have to decide together where to look. She likes that. She's like, "Mama, you tell Papa where to look." Okay, well, fine. So she's over there hiding like this, just in plain sight. And my wife and I, my wife's like, "Why don't you look under the bed?" I'm like, "Okay. She's not there. And then she says, "Why don't you look in the linen closet?" Okay. So I open the closet. She goes, "That's not the linen closet. We don't put that in there anymore." All right, Jesus. All right, I'll look in. So I look in that. Why would she be in that closet? That has shelves. She can't stand in a shelf. Well, maybe she's crawled in a shelf. Now we're having a fight about where to look for this kid who's standing right there. I mean, everything that we introduce to the world is shit. Meaning white people. Because I really think that white people are from like another planet. Because when we came to America, it was so nice. It was just Indians. And they weren't even Indians. We called them that by accident. And we still call them that. Like, we knew in a month that it wasn't Indians, but we just don't give a shit. We never correct it. We came here, they're like, "Hi," and we're like, "Hey, you're Indians, right?" And they're like, "No." "No, this is India, right?" "No, it's not. It's totally other place." "You're not Indians?" "No." "Ah, you're Indians." You're Indians for hundreds of years after. We ruined everything here. This was the great, it was just coast to coast, just green and brown and beautiful. And all the humans were just walking around with painted faces, just walking. And they'd be like, "Ooh, that looks yummy." And then they just eat from the ground. And then they'd sleep on the grass. And they'd wake up and they'd fuck. And then they'd go for a swim and do a little dance. That was the whole continent, was just folks doing that. I mean, there was people in Mexico cutting off kids' heads and rolling them down the pyramid stairs. But that's, I mean, That's always going on. What are you gonna? You can't. Yes, you can. You can't do a whole lot about that. But I think we came from another planet, and the reason is because we don't like it here. I mean, why, if we're from here, if we belong on Earth, why aren't we comfortable on Earth at all? We need nice, smooth surfaces and right angles, and we need it to be cool and not too hot, just perfect. Like, why wouldn't, when it's hot, why wouldn't we just, fuck it? Why wouldn't we be like that if we belong here? And it's weird because people that aren't, whatever you call there's environmentalists, and then there's people who are whatever. They just hate environmentalists. But that's what people get angry at environmentalists, because they think they're slowing down the economy and creating restrictions. And a lot of these people are Christian. A lot of these people are very devout Christians. And that's such a confusing thing to me, that if you believe that God gave you the earth, that God created the earth for you, why would you not have to look after it? Why the fuck? Why would you not think that when he came back, he wouldn't go, what the did you do? I gave this to you, motherfucker. Are you crazy? The polar bears are brown. What did you do to the polar bears? Did you all over every polar bear? Who did this? Who spilled this shit? Who spilled this? Come over. Did you spill this? What is that? It's oil. It's just some oil. I didn't mean to spill. Well, why did you take it out of the ground? Because I wanted to go faster. I'm not fast enough. And I was cold. What the do you mean cold? I gave you everything you needed, you piece of shit. Well, because jobs. What is a job? Explain to me, what's a job? You go, you work at a place, and when people call when their game doesn't work, and you help them figure it out. What do you do that for? For money. What do you need money for? Food. Just eat the on the floor. I left all over the floor. Corn and wheat. Grab it and make some bread. What are you doing? Yeah, but it doesn't have bacon around it, and I like when it has like bacon on it and I watched somebody do that the other day after a meal. They went, oh, it was just mwah, mwah. And I started wondering, what does that mean? What does that signify? Mwah. I think what it means is that you ate something so delicious that you then kissed somebody on the and their exploded. That's some good eating. That's a nice sauce. Is that good? Yeah, let me show you. Let me have some of that. That just destroyed my anus.
Some kind of mental illness to push against that, to go on stage and just bomb horribly and then still do it because you love it. You just have some really deep desire to make it work. And actually, it's usually the comedians that start awkwardly and badly who end up being interesting. The guys who, from my experience, when I've seen people show up and from the first day on stage, they're just easy, really amiable comics who just know how to talk to people, they don't usually end up being that special. They get some quick success, but they don't usually turn into something really unusual and great.
Do you remember your first open mic night? Was that how you started? Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'll never forget that.
Can you tell us about it?
Well, I got this. I found out that you could do there was an open mic night at a club in Boston where I started called Stitches. And I was actually 17, almost 18 years old. And I thought, geez, you can go on stage. They said you do 5 minutes. You just put your name in a hat and you get on stage. You can be anybody. That was so exciting to me. So I went to this club Stitches, which is very grown up. They didn't even want to let me in because I was underage. And they have a drinking, a liquor license. And then I went on stage and I did about 2 minutes because I didn't have enough material. I just ran, I sputtered. My whole throat constricted, and I heard this roaring in my ears. My eyes were watering. My heart was pounding, and I couldn't control myself. I couldn't think straight, and all these adults, like drinking adults, were looking at me like I'm an idiot. And I just walked off stage to kind of confused, like, little applause. And I just felt like a pile of garbage. And then I kept doing it.
Okay, so you did really terribly on stage.
Yeah.
What made you think, I need to do more of this? I want to get back on there.
Well, I didn't do it for a little while. And then at the time I was working at a video rental store in Newton, Massachusetts, where I grew up. And Kevin Meaney, who was a very big star in the Boston comedy scene back then, Boston had a very strong local scene. And I knew who Kevin was. I heard him on the radio and stuff. And Kevin was a customer at the store I went to, that I worked at. And I told him that I had done an open mic. And he said, oh, well, you got to come on my show. He had a show that was a huge, him and Steve Sweeney, these two great comics. They had this show where they would, they'd pack the room and put on all the best comics in Boston. And he said, come be on my show. And I said, well, no, I'd need to practice, do more shows to get good enough. And he said, no, I won't let you go on my show unless you go on now. He said, it's interesting because you don't know what you're, like, it's comedy tragedy. He kind of wanted me to go on and bomb. And so I went again into Stitches, and it was a Wednesday night. It was Sweeney Meanie night. It was jam-packed. And I went on, and I think the audience, people's mouths were open. They were shocked at how bad I was. Just shocked. And I got off stage, and Kevin wouldn't look me in the eye, and nobody would. And it was just the most pulverizing humiliation. It was much worse than the first time, because it was a really, the first time was an open mic night. The premise of the show is that most of us don't know what we're doing. But this was a professional comedy show, and I went on it and just flailed. I mean, it was a nightmare.
So was Kevin Meaney cutting you a break or being really cruel and putting you on after that?
That's open to interpretation. I don't know. I mean, he must have known how bad it was going to hurt me. But to me, I think he was giving me a break. It was up to me to make it into something. Who knows? Maybe I could have. Maybe I was funny. He hadn't seen me. Do you know what I mean? So he was giving me a chance. He was it's interesting when somebody becomes an agent in your life for a minute. You know what I mean? And they go, well, let's see what happens if you do this now. It was a formative experience. Sitting here now, I'm very glad I had it. It was
Why?
a great, great thing. Because it gave me a really realistic, shocking picture of what I was facing. That show that I did and that audience and that night, that was still the terrain that I work at today. I think if you're just looking for easy ways or you're looking for victories through life, I don't think you're really getting much out of it. I think you have to, if you really know how hard stuff is, and despite that you extract some tools out of yourself, it's better for you. And the next time I went on stage, I was very wary.
So what was the first time when you felt like you started to understand who you were on stage and like what your onstage personality was going to be, what your, persona, if I could use that word, was going to be, like what the stage version of you was going to be?
The first time I went on stage, I did kind of offbeat and weird jokes just because I thought that you might as well try being more like what makes you laugh. I did really well. My third time on stage, I had really big laughs, and other comedians came up to me and said, hey, you're funny, you got something. And I was so excited that I had a little foot in the door, that this is something I could maybe do. And I thought it's me being kind of weird the way I am in real life. I like to say things that don't make a whole lot of sense or surprise people a little bit. But then I got seduced by getting big laughs, and then I just started once you get laughs, you're like, oh, I'll do anything for that feeling. That feels really good. So then you start thinking of just jokes.
So the first time you were on stage and started doing jokes where the comics were coming up to you and saying that was good, you've got something. What were you doing? What is it that you were doing on stage that they had a positive reaction to you?
I was doing more kind of contemplative, weird jokes. I don't think I did things that were self-reflective. I did things that were just like, well, one of the bits was about street signs that I thought they should be punctuated because I got confused by them. Like signs like, no, you turn, drive slow, children, that kind of thing. It was just taking these street signs and imagining them. And that was an offbeat, funny, silly bit, and it made people laugh, and that's the only one I remember from then now.
When did you start talking about yourself, being self-reflective as you described it?
I think when I don't know, once I was in my 20s, I had grown up so much on the road because I started doing stand-up so young. I didn't go to college. So my formative years were being on the road, which meant I had a lot of embarrassing sexual stories because I didn't have a girlfriend all those years because I was on the road. I was traveling everywhere. And also I was doing a very unusual thing. I was doing stand-up when most people my age were in college. So I was an odd fit with everybody around me. So I started telling stories that were like confessional about strange sexual situations I'd been in. I think that's when I started to enjoy confessing and putting myself out there. But then, but I also talked about things like, the absurdity of being poor and trying to have money in the bank and stuff like that. So it was about life in general. I think it's when I was married and had children that I started to really talk about my own life and what my life felt like.
But before you realized how being a father would give you material for your comedy, did you think, okay, I'm going to be a father and now it's over for me? No more independence, no more easy life on the road, the door slamming shut?
Well, there's always a give and take. I was glad to let go of some of that. The road really sucks when it's all you have. It's really sad. It's very lonely out there. So I was happy to be in a family and be married and everything. And, when I first got married and had kids, I thought, I had some friends I played poker with on Mondays, and I thought the poker game on Mondays that's the water line. Like, if I don't make that game, I'm losing something. I'm losing something if I don't make it to that game. It means I'm letting go of my youth, I'm letting go of my manhood, all these things, my independence. But then after a while I realized, why would I want to go play poker with a bunch of guys in a smoky room when I could be at home with my family? And I realized that a lot of the things that my kid was taking away from me, she was freeing me of. A lot of things that men hang on to when they're younger, they're not good for you. And that there was this huge pride in having a kid, and also that I didn't matter anymore. The greatest thing about having a child is putting yourself second in your own life. It's a massive gift to be able to say that you're not the most important person to yourself.
Why is that a good thing?
Because you'll always, I don't know, because that's always going to let you down. You know what I mean? The idea of, I've got to get me right. I've got to get what I want. That's got to be right. That's never going to quite work. Life just isn't that satisfying. But if you can be useful to somebody else, that you can actually accomplish. You know what I mean? You can go, I did a pretty damn good job today as a dad. Pretty good. Best as I could. That's worth so much more. I saw a movie once where Spencer Tracy catches this woman about to kill herself. It's a pretty dark movie for the time, but I forgot the name of the movie. But Spencer Tracy's on a boat, and he sees a rich young girl about to throw herself off the boat because her fiance left her for another woman. And he's trying to talk her out of suicide. And he says to her, do you have a job? Do you have anything that you do in your life? Which was a funny thing to ask because she's like a 1920s, she's like a socialite. And she said no. And he said, I think you should get a job because it's very hard to be sad and useful at the same time. And ever since I saw that, I keep that in my head. If you can be useful, which means to somebody else, not to yourself, if you can be useful, it just makes you feel better. So I live in service of my kids, that's the first priority. And then things like my career, they feed into that. They're part of that because I'm providing for them. But also, it's just not that important. If something's not important, it's more fun. It's more something you can look at from objectively instead of having it be this albatross around you. I've got to get this right.
Something's changed when you get older, Like, I've reallocated some of the noises that I make. Like, the noise I used to make when I come is now the noise I make when I pee.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. take it all.
Very disrespectful to my toilet. Unfortunately, yeah.
You like that, don't you?
I'm gonna in your mouth too, cause you ain't nothing but a piss drinking tell it. Dumb tell it. Got my piss on your lips. You ain't intelligent. What do? You sit there all day on your ass, waiting for me to in your face. Dumb tell it. You ain't even special. I pissed in 3 toilets today. Quit crying. I love you. It's bad. But that's how my dad treated his toilet, so that's where I learned it. Anyway, that's the noise I make when I pee. Some of you might be wondering, none of you are wondering, what noise do I make when I come? Okay, so this is the noise I make when I come. It's not that special. I just go like this. It is done! It's a whole thing with a cloud with funnels of... There are crows come and there's lightning. The circle is complete! And there's a little witch floating with white eyes. And a child will be born, and then... I don't know. It's kind of intense. And some kid throws a lightning bolt at me, and I go, ah! And I go to sleep for 1,000 years. It's a...
About it
pretty fast.
Start thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I had a sitcom for, part of a year.
Yeah.
And I could see where it would be like, you could get old doing this. You could feel really rusty.
Yeah.
And you get cut off.
Yeah.
And you see somebody who's out in the world, and you're like, hey, what's going on out there?
Great. I'm taking a sailboat around the world.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a lot of safety equipment.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully the Life of Pi will call back. It's a great story.
That clip of you describing the joke, the fishing, ice fishing joke.
Oh, yeah.
Finally hearing the end of the joke was...
Yeah, I took a shit on the ice. I took a shit on the ice.
I thought it was going to be a little more profound than that.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people did.
It never really added up. And I told... There's a scene towards the end of the movie where they call... I don't know if you saw the movie.
Yeah.
When they call Christian Bale in, and he says, I don't know where the money is, and they're playing this kind of game.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in the room. I've got like one line where I go, just go home.
Right.
To Bradley Cooper. There was a version that we shot for a whole day of me standing up and making this big... and finishing the ice fishing story.
The joke.
Saying, F you to Christian Bale, and taking Bradley Cooper under my arm and saying, come on, I'll take you home. Like it was this big, brave thing that I did.
Yeah.
So for a whole day... He kept throwing alternate and different versions at me, and I had to do it. And I'm like, and I wasn't up to it. I mean, I'm not that good. And I'm not that important in the movie. So he tried to get me. I was trying it, and I'm looking at Christian Bale, and these people are looking at me, and it's getting sweaty, like you can smell everybody in the room. Like it was long into the night. And I kept trying this version, and, it's not in the movie.
Yeah.
But that's where the ice fishing story was supposed to be ended there.
I thought that he had actually guessed it, and you were so annoyed at him, you wouldn't give him credit for it. Like that's how it came off to me. Like he got it, and then you were like, no, like you were just.
Well, no, because the whole bit was that I kept moving the goalpost of the thing. Like, it's about your brother. No, it's not about that. I mean, that was the bit we decided when we started doing it, was that I'd keep changing what it was about. You could never figure it out. But then the end, I was there for a ADR for when you do recording of your voice for fixing stuff, and they had found that scene that I think was out of the movie for a while, me in the hallway with him, and he says, your brother died, and I go, my brother died a different way, and then he decided that's how to end it. Just let that be the end.
Just let it sit there.
Congratulations on American Hustle.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
That was a good one.
A really good movie too.
And what's his name? Doing just that little impression of you on the couch, just rocking.
I didn't see that until I saw the movie. I had no idea.
It's so
I was
funny,
not
man.
in the room, so
He's
I
just.
didn't-
Really, I was laughing my ass off at that one. Yeah. God damn. What other? What are you working on?
I got this movie that I'm putting on my website tomorrow.
Yes.
Kay's going to be doing the One Traveling Virus this summer. We should have the dates soon, I guess. Soon. I think we're doing 8 to 10 dates this year. There goes our summer. But Louis C.K. is definitely going to be with us. That's very, very good news. We found that out this morning.
Gonna be a pisser.
And your wife wasn't impressed, you were saying?
Yeah, I came home and I showed her all these offers, and it's good. You guys are paying really good money. Like I don't have
Take care of the comics.
Yeah, I don't have a TV job right now, so that's my income.
Yeah.
And I showed it to her, and she's like, "Yeah, great. So you're going out of town, leaving me with the kids." I'm like, "Fuck you. Well, how much money do you make?"
What are you pulling in this week?
Yeah. Would you rather starve to death and let the kids get skinny? You ungrateful cunt.
Now, the only way
who doesn't listen to XM?
She doesn't quite get the point that, this is your job. You don't go on.
And I'm remembering the phrase I was trying to remember. The separation of labor. Is that what it is? The division of labor contract has been thrown away in marriage.
Because I know where you're going to go with this, but I got to ask Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Like, when you married your wife, you were already in comedy, right?
Yes, I was.
So it's not like you were...
I didn't spring it on her. No.
It wasn't like you were working for Nassau, you had a 9-to-5 job, you were coming home, and she knew what she was getting into, that you'd be there to raise the kids. When you guys met, she knew you were a road comic.
Yes. But the way, it's not even that I go on the road. The point is that I enjoy my job.
Right.
So she thinks of it that because it's not like I'm going out and slack. She wishes I was doing a miserable job, and then she would be proud of me
You'd come home
for
and go,
debasing myself in order to put a roof over the head. But the fact that I do something that I'm proud of, that I love doing, but it still puts a roof over the head. But because women's liberation... because there are women that have careers, we're not allowed to say that we are providers anymore if you're a man. But the fact is, my wife lives off of my work and doesn't do shit. So if she had a career, then she could go, f you with your Open Anthony tour. I don't care. I'm working too.
Yeah, I got my money.
But the fact is, she just eats food that I buy for her. But I'm not allowed to point that out, or else I'm a male chauvinist. Like I'm being a backwards pig by pointing out the fact, which is that if I stop doing these fun tours where I might get blown by a whore or two, that she can't eat. That she can't eat anything, because if she tried to start making she's worthless. She has no sense of... She couldn't. She could never support our house. She couldn't do it. If we switched places, it would like some dumb sitcom.
You're right.
The kids would be very happy with me because I'm good at taking care of the kids.
You'd be the fun guy hanging around
and
the
my
house.
wife would be unable to
hold down the job.
She's never done it.
Really?
She worked at a Chinese restaurant for 1 week. And the woman who owned it, this Chinese woman, said to her, how come you so slow? And she said, because I'm busy. How many tables do you have? And she said, I have 3 tables. And she said, I think you may be Nobi waitress. And she fired her.
Wow. That's how you get fired in Asian.
Yeah.
By the way, I think you Nobi waitress.
I think you may be Nobi waitress.
You may be Nobi waitress.
Yeah, exactly.
I had